Hey, what's up? This is Todd Smith. I'm back with another video. In this video, I'm going to go over my first little tutorial on the Model D. We're going to start off very simple today and go over the one thing I think you really need to know when entering this machine. I actually never used software of the Model D even before getting this hardware version, so I was completely new to entering the D, and it took me about half a day to really figure this one thing out that really was critical to me. And I think if you overlook it, it's going to really hinder what a lot of people might want from this machine, because it's what I was chasing. Before we jump into this tutorial, I need to thank you for taking time to check out this video and supporting this channel. Without your views and the Patreon support monthly, I would not have motivation to do this every single day, push my dreams forward, and I can't thank you enough for that motivation. Now we're going to focus on the oscillator section today. That's going to be the main focus. Right now, all the dials are set to your second waveform from the left. If I turn on number 3 and hit a note, you notice the creamy sawtooth you get out of that. If I turn on the second layer, you notice how much more subtle it is. That is the same with number 1. If you don't ever notice that this second waveform is actually different than these top two, you're not using your kind of inverted sawtooth option. Between the sawtooth here and this sawtooth that's right next to it, many times that is how I stack those really juicy saw sounds. I'll be using the sawtooth that is actually 2 from the left over here on your third layer, and I will bump this over to the other sawtooth on the second layer because they do have that second sawtooth that you heard. But now they're actually a little bit different. The sawtooths are a little bit different. So when you layer them on top of each other, so ultimately how I use this machine after finding that out, if I know the sound I'm going to be using is only going to be 1 or 2 layers, I start off on the third option and build my way up into the second one. Never touch the main tune of the machine and just tune the individual layers themselves right here. I only really use this top option, layer number 1, if I'm using all 3. I think maybe some people are starting off up here and building their way down, and I feel with thinner sounds, if you're only going to be using 1 or 2 layers out of this machine, it's best to start on your third option because you have the most variant in your sawtooth, and then layer on top of that. And of course you can layer different shapes. This has delay on it right now. I'll take delay off completely. Let's turn that back to the sawtooth. I hope that helps some people. I hope maybe realizing that you have 2 inverted sawtooths down there, and I'm using that for your thinner type sounds and layering it with 1-2 layers is sometimes your best option with this machine. I found when chasing stuff that I'd make. Again, music is personal. That might be different for you. I hope it is helpful to you. And as always, stay positive, stay creative, support each other, and peace.